Hey yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Chad, bringing y'all another video, man. And in this video, we're just gonna be talking about how you know we're in the end times, by just showing you guys a clip of this lady who says she's a gender something, basically trying to normalize pedophilia. Now, if you know me, you know I have been saying this is like one of the things that's just coming down the road. I know it's not funny. I'm just laughing because this stuff is going so far that it really just makes no sense how we've gotten to where we are. But like the Bible says, you know, this stuff has to happen. But basically, what we'll do is we'll just roll the clip and we'll just talk about it.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population. You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them. I also prefer person first language that recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are. We are all people first with many different facets or parts of ourselves, and this includes folks who are attracted to minors. So to start with, let's talk about what a minor attracted person is.
So as you see there, you saw that, you heard that. Now off rip, it's like these people try to normalize anything. You know, like I was saying before we got to the clip, I told you guys how it starts off first with the confusion of what is a woman, what is a man. Boys can be girls, girls can be boys. They're all the same thing. You just change your pronouns. You can gender swap, gender fluid. Then it became, well, you know, adults could do that whenever you're 18 and above, but now it's, you know, give puberty blockers. It's let's talk to the kids about this in elementary school from 3rd to 5th grade. Let's be up in arms about it, call people who don't want that to happen bigots. Let's have drag shows inside elementary schools. Let's let kids into drag shows and tug dollar bills inside of strippers, you know, or drag queens, panties or underwear, whatever you want to call it, right? And now we're at the point where they're considering people, we're going to call them MAPS, and we're not going to call them pedophiles because that's derogatory or that's mean. And it's like, bro, in society, bro, you have things that you do and you don't do. You have things that are acceptable and not acceptable. And pedophilia is not acceptable. No matter how they try to spin it, pedophilia is not normal. It's not something that should be accepted. And we don't need to change the name for it to match how people feel. And you know what the left and Democrats and all the weirdos keep trying to do are change the definitions of everything. They change the definition of recession. They change the definition of a woman. They change the definition of marriage. They change the definition of this and that. And it's like, we can't keep changing definitions. Don't try to normalize pedophilia. But like I said, this was always next. If you could say, you know, inside, I feel like well, this is what I told my parents. And you guys just hear me out. Just have an open mind here, right? What they're saying now is people can say, I'm a man. People can say, I feel like I'm a girl inside. And that's what I am. And if you don't think that I'm a girl inside, you're a bigot, you're this and you're that, right? And I told my parents next is going to be, after that was, you know, that one, I think it was white dude who said they feel Asian. And so they got surgery to be more Asian. And I told my parents, I was like, next they're going to say, I'm a 40-year-old man, but I feel like a 10-year-old boy in the inside. So I like talking and dating 10-year-old girls. Then you're going to have some who say, inside, I feel like I'm 6. And I like dating 6-year-old girls. Now, people could say that'll never happen. It'll never get that far. But then you have people like this lady who I showed in that clip who are trying to normalize pedophilia. And it's like, what's going to stop somebody from saying, well, if you're a dude and you say you feel like a girl inside, so you're a woman now. If I'm 40, but I feel like I'm 10 inside, then technically you can be 10, because what they're doing is they're saying reality does not actually matter. What matters is whatever I tell you and what I feel. And so we're getting to the point now where on down the road, we're just normalizing pedophilia. And there's going to be pretty soon like LGBTIA, they're going to add the letter P, and that's going to be, it is what it is, because you've gone from such extremes. You've given people a little and they've taken a lot. And what happens with movements like that are people, you know, like sick individuals want to take that to, you know, just use these movements to just push their own ideologies and agendas. And now we're saying they're maps and, you know, they're not pedophiles. That's bigotry and you're being mean. And a lot of society needs to get back to shaming people. If we started shaming unnatural and unnormal type of behaviors or tendencies, some of this stuff wouldn't be happening. Now, I'm not saying, you know, like make fun of the people and all that, but at the same time, it's like we can't normalize stuff that's not normal and try to teach other people it is normal, because that's how things become normalized. Back in the day, there were probably certain things that my generation does now that my parents think, like my parents did, that was not normal, you know. And now my generation is doing things that, you know, the next generation may think that was normal to us. And so it's just like, it just becomes a repeating cycle. But when it comes to this, it's like, how far will people let this go? When will people see? They're turning everything that's good to evil and evil good. There's nothing about pedophilia that's good. There's nothing about pedophiles that are good. So how can you try to normalize it and say minor attracted persons and all that? That makes no sense. But like I said, once you start accepting, I'm a dude, I feel like a girl inside, then you can normalize, I'm black, but I feel white inside. And then you can normalize, well, I'm 20, but I feel 10 inside. There's no difference in any of them. Anyone that tries to tell you there's a difference, they're really going against their own argument for people who feel like they're trans or anything like that. There's no way around it. But yeah, that's next down the line. I just wanted to bring you guys this to your attention, because like I said, we are in the end times. Things are getting more wicked as the days pass, but you know, God is still the author. He's still in control. But yeah, you guys, we got to start standing up for this stuff. You know, one of the things that really makes me mad is like people see what's happening around the world, especially Christians or people who are believers or people who just know the truth, and they rather not say anything so that way they don't lose like friends or, you know, mess up their business. And it's like, bro, if you're not gonna stand for something, then you're gonna fall for anything. Like, if you have your morals and values, stand on them. Stand up for the truth. Stand up for what's right. Don't just be like, well, wisdom and how I think I shouldn't be involved in this topic, because you not being involved in this topic is gonna lead to you not being involved in that topic and this topic and that topic. And then pretty soon your values are only what? Just something you just say. You don't actually stand by them. But anyways, man, let me know your thoughts down below on what you guys think about this particular video, or what your thoughts are. Like I said, we're in the end times. They're trying to normalize pedophilia now, call them minor attracted persons, make it sound cute and real innocent. But no, bruh, evil spreading very rapidly. The spirit of the Antichrist is flowing throughout these people. And yeah, it's been your boy Chad, and I'm out. Peace.